AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Oh, all I hear is that DMX and stop, drop, and roll. Did I see a defensive player of the year candidate over here locking up MVPs? One play he looks like straight garbage. The next play he looks like a genius. Big Josh Hart energy. Let's just start it off with the ladies.
Hey, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy Tori B is in the building. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Tori B, what up, baby? Listen, got another beautiful lady in the building. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. She's in the building, y'all. Big shout out. The ladies are in the building, man. Throw them thumbs up, throw them hearts. Listen, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Oh, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy Darlene Bryan is in the building. Oh, man, the ladies are pulling up, y'all. Throw some love. Happy holidays to the beautiful ladies, to everybody in the chat. What up, y'all?
Hello, ladies. We here. We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one.
AllBall suckers.
Big Knicks. Big win. Tori B. That's the natural voice.
Excuse me.
Whatever.
Big Flea.
You
King
burping
speech
up,
was going on.
burping up them chitlins. Excuse me. Ooh. Fuck out of here.
You still eat those things? You still
Listen,
do that to
man.
your body?
A little bit of hot sauce. Listen,
A little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of extra vinegar.
from the
Yeah.
rooter to the from the rooter to the tutor.
To the toter.
One thing I'm gonna do is eat, baby. Listen, man.
You eat pig feet too?
Nah. We don't do that. Huh? Listen, I ain't eat no feet.
Nigga said we stop at pig feet. We're gonna eat some intestines, but we're gonna stop at
Listen.
the feet. Heard you.
Toes it.
Heard you.
Get the show started. I don't want this shit to go somewhere else.
I heard you. Nigga said thumbs up
We-
to chitlins, thumbs
we
down
do-
to pig feet.
We do toes. We don't do feet. It's a totally different thing. See, let's go, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
You said that properly. You said that properly, my brother. You
Yo.
said that properly.
Tori B gotta be stopped. She said,
You gotta read it for the people, man. What is this?
I'm
Oh,
not reading
That's
please, do you mind? Because we want to make the people laugh on the audio, man.
slavery on the plate.
That's the
We
quote of
free
the day.
now.
Tori B, you got the quote of the day. We free now. She said that's a slavery plate.
King speech said he
Some good white rice, black eyed peas. That's good eats. That's good.
That was good. That was good right there. I'm sorry, Fabian. I apologize. Tori B,
No,
that
I
was
was-
good.
Just reading
That
the
was
comments,
good.
you know, the members, man, they be showing love. The members, we got 18 of them now.
Speech.
18 members at $5. That's almost it. What's that? $90 a month. But you know, YouTube be taking a cut. YouTube, yo, I see the cut, man. It's fucked up what y'all be doing out here. But we gotta thank our members. Listen, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, become a member, huh? Maybe you could be the president one day. King Speed, you be, he said all ball eats guts and ass, but no feet.
I'm not getting into that with y'all. I'm here to do a show. It's Knicks Rehab. It is not. It is not after dark. I'm Knicks Rehab right now.
That's the Dog Patreon page. The Dog Patreon night. One day we shall service the people with a true all ball legendariness. Huh? Speaking of legends, legendary nights, there was ever one to turn this thing around, give hope to the people. And you know what I mean by the people, the Knicks fans. And you know when I say Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, yo.
You heard the man. Knicks Rehab, y'all. Big Knicks. Big tricks. Give a fuck about them Bucks. Huh? Creaky freaky, no more. Nothing sneaky. Me and Flea were talking about it offline. Akeem the scheme. Back at it. Robbing these NBA players. They worried about these ladies draining them out of their money. You need to worry about heading to Houston, working on your post moves and getting straight scammed out of a post maneuver. Jesus Christ. Josh Hart locking your bum ass up in a 118-109 victory from the Nueva York Knicks. Let's get to it. Where's the box score at? Where's the box score at? There's the box score right there. Giannis, 30 points, 5 fouls. His last one was when he clotheslined Josh Hart damn near because Josh Hart locked his bum ass up the last couple of possessions. He had 5 fouls, 3 turnovers, 15 rebounds, so a double-double for the Giannis, the Greeky Freaky himself. 10 of 14 from the free throw line. Impressive coming from him. And the Bucks had 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures, 20 for Kyle Kuzma, who looked like he couldn't miss a damn thing. 13 for Ryan Rollins, who usually smokes us. I think he had like 6 points in the first quarter, pissing me off. 18 for AJ Green. I always thought he was black until I saw him like his 20th game in the league. AJ Green sounds mad like just like a black dude. 10 points for Miles Turner. I think he's robbing the Bucks too. Miles Turner's kind of a bum, to be honest. He could not be his second best player. Anyway, let's get to our Knicks. 14 points for Mikal Bridges. 19 for Josh Hart, who started, by the way. Mitchell Robinson on the bench. Plus 15 for Josh Hart. 15 rebounds. 19 points, 15 rebounds. Big double-double from him. 0 for 4 from 3. He was shooting 44% in the month of November, actually, from the three-point range. In case you didn't know. 4 fouls from him. 9 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Woo! 10 rebounds. Damn, when was the last time he didn't get a double-double? And if you were to expect Karl Anthony Towns not to get a double-double, it would have never been from a lack of points.
But how much Cat had again? You got to repeat that. You know, a little bum here. What do you have?
9 points. He had more rebounds than points. When has that happened in Karl Anthony Towns' career? Maybe back in Minnesota when he used to get average less rebounds. 19 points from Deuce McBride, who got the start, along with Josh Hart, as they benched Mitchell Robinson, who played almost 19 minutes. He had 6 points off the bench, 7 rebounds. There was a stretch there. All 6 points came in the second quarter where they went straight to him 3 or 4 times. He scored 3 out of 4 plays. Jordan Clarkson hit a fadeaway, but that was big. We'll get to that in a second. And, of course, 37 from the captain himself. 5 assists. No turnovers. I repeat. Wait, is that the right guy? I'm sorry.
No,
he had 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. He had 3 turnovers. I got a little too hyped. I'm sorry. Plus 10 for him, though.
Big Flea is here. The biggest.
Oh, man. Pop Duke's in the building.
It's about to be some truth telling in the
Behave
building.
Behave yourselves. The real OG is in the building.
Yabusele had 6 minutes of action. I really don't ever want to see you again on that court, Yabusele. I'm sorry. And Tyler Kolek. There were times where they had Tyler Kolek and Brunson in the game, y'all. tonight, Mike Brown was trying some things. Let's get to the game charts real quick before we move on to the reaction. You see here the first half, Milwaukee was in control until the end of that first half. The Knicks went on a run, and part of that second quarter was when Mitchell Robinson was starting to get off, got the ball in his hands. Cat sat down. Brunson was in the game. We'll get to that in a second. The Cat and Brunson lineup, I don't know, but you see here the second half, Knicks controlled most of it, which is the most important part. 18 lead changes. 13 was the biggest lead that the Knicks had, and they came back from a 12-point lead that the Bucks had. And the rebounding edge goes to the Knicks. 55 rebounds for them, 40 for the Bucks, 25 assists for the Knicks. They got the assist edge for the game. 10 steals, they get the steal edge for the game. They lost the block battle 4-2. Turnovers, 3 less turnovers in the Bucks. Bucks had 15 to the Knicks 12. The Bucks shot 52% from the field. The Knicks shot 45%. The Bucks shot 43, basically 44% from the three-point range, and the Knicks shot 41%. But here's the kicker: 68% from the free throw line for the Bucks and 84% from the Knicks. Kyle Kuzma missed some big free throws. Giannis missed some free throws. Let's talk about it. Oh, ball, big win. Who, as they say in the streets.
We needed this win. For me, I really don't pay attention to that cup shit. I don't care about none of that. This was a revenge game. Giannis played. He played well. Understand, he's on a minute restriction and he's a little injured, but I didn't see nothing. Monster game by him, and Kuzma having one of his best games so far this season. Like you said, Green 6 threes, and for us to capitalize and get this W. Listen, big win, get things kind of back on track. I kind of like what Mike Brown did with some of them lineups, right? Because it picked up the pace of the game. You got to watch the game and survey the landscape and understand what's going on. The problem I see though, fellas, Cat and Brunson don't mix. I'm sorry, like them two on the floor together don't mix at all. Once again, Brunson put us on his back. I got to give props to Josh Hart though. Let me real quick. Josh Hart played a hell of a game today. We needed his effort, his energy. We needed that bad. Like seriously, the turnovers and things of that nature. Sometimes you got to live with him in a game like today because come on, the mismatch with him and Giannis is ridiculous. And he held it down. So I got to give props and props is due. Kolick, some good minutes. But let's talk about my guy Mitch. Mitch, listen.
That's crazy.
Flea, we all know the game of basketball, right? Whether we played at a high level or low level or no level at all. We all know, you drive in the lane, 2-3 collapse, somebody's going to be wide open. You dump it down there, let him put the ball in the bucket. So for me, I think his minutes was very crucial today. He does what he does, offensive rebounds. But for me, this is about Brunson and Cat, fellas. They have to figure this out. If we're going to contend for a championship. If we're going to make a deep playoff run, if we're going to have a great NBA season and be respectable on the court, they have to figure it out. But tonight, I see Mike Brown peep that, and he didn't have them on the floor together a lot. And I love that he seen what was going on, and Cat was struggling. But they have to figure that out. You cannot be successful when two of your best players have no chemistry and can't be on the floor together, which is probably due to defense. But also, it just seems like, I'm going to be honest, for me, Cat is in Brunson's way offensively. But tonight, for me, was a big win. Like I said, we played against a team that eventually down the stretch, down the line, we're going to have to visit. And this was a confidence booster. As you see, we have guys that can play. It's just that it's tough that every shot we make is just, it's a hard shot. It's a tough shot. Flea, Fabian, slow down, Clarkson. Slow down, bro. Please. You do not have the green light over here. Slow down. But I really have no complaints. But Cat has to figure it out, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Cat is not helping his case to stay a Knick. Seriously. On the Knicks Instagram page, a lot of people in the comments are saying, "Get Cat out of here." Like this is we watching them, we seeing what we have, and Brunson is a dog. And I'm gonna be for real. No Brunson, we are jammed up. So for me, I don't know how long Brunson is going to be able to do that. But tonight was a big win. And like I said, I just need Mike Brown to assess the situation, and he has to be a great coach on the fly. You got to see what's out there, see what's going on. Okay, this is what it is. Remember, Milwaukee got all those big, goofy guys. Okay, we're going to put some guards in there and pick up the pace. So I like that part. But once again, big body Brunson came through in the clutch. Deuce hit some big shots. Deuce hit about 3-4 threes that kept us there, or just where, so for me, it's difficult, but guys are going to have to play like that night in and night out and be consistent if we're going to have an opportunity to really do something special. Because as we see, Orlando is good without Big Carroll. We know what Detroit is on the West Coast. We already know those juggernauts. So the way we play tonight, guys are going to have to play like that on a consistent basis. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, but Mike Brown got everything out of that bench. And I just loved it, but I really have a problem with Cat. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, Pauls, but I'm gonna be honest, fellas. Every game, I'm losing confidence in Cat. I don't like his skill set. I don't like how he goes to the basket, and it's just, for me, he just looks worse and worse every game. I'm sorry, I could be exaggerating, but come on, man, you can't have 9 points. This was a big game tonight. But listen, I got to give props to Deuce, and I got to give props to Josh Hart. That's your guy. I give him a lot of flack. He played a hell of a game today, and we needed every bit of his energy, every bit. But listen, people can say what they want. Boy, Jalen Brunson is the truth, man. Seriously. And I know it's tough for guys to give him his props and him being the MVP race fleet. I'm gonna let you cook, but listen, man, that young man is the truth. And if he gets the proper help when OG come back and guys can knock down shots, that's what gives us the opportunity to really do something special. But big win tonight, because come on, it's against a guy that's averaging 13 and 15. Big win tonight. Big win.
Fleet, we seen some things. Your guy, Josh Hart. Josh Hart. He was in there guarding Giannis throughout the entire fourth quarter. Yeah, he got scored on. He locked his ass up a couple times. What's your reaction to the game? And of course, AllBall.
I think we missed the people the last game against Charlotte, right? So this is the last time we saw everybody was the game prior to that. But I would say this: the last two games for the Knicks are extremely, extremely promising, right? Just from shooting the basketball perspective, right? We was just talked about Deuce McBride hitting a couple big shots down the stretch. He was 5 for 5 the other night against Charlotte, and he was cooking them the other night. So the ball is dropping. Guys are hitting shots. Our offense seems to be slowly but surely figuring it out. I do agree with you, OG, in that Cat and Brunson don't seem to be on the same page on the offensive end. I think that could be a deadly pick and roll game. I think that could be a deadly two-man tandem, but for some reason, they don't play well off of each other. From what I'm seeing from Cat is, if you get Cat going early, it establishes his confidence for the entire rest of the game. I don't see Cat as a guy that can get it going mid-second quarter, going into the third quarter, and then him be able to ride that stride going into the fourth quarter and be able to close out games. Cat has to start games early on, get a rhythm, and be able to ride that rhythm throughout the rest of the game. You know, a la how he looked against Charlotte the other night, right? He was really aggressive. He was getting to the rim, finishing with the right, finishing with the left. Tonight, he didn't take many shots. He wasn't very aggressive. He didn't look to exploit his matchup. For me, I felt like he took one drive to the rim against Miles Turner, and when he got his shot blocked, it deterred him from doing anything else for the rest of the night. It was almost like Miles Turner owned him for the rest of the night in terms of trying to get to the rim. And for me, I don't think that is, that's not conducive for our second best player. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? When we rely on him to be dominant, right? When we rely on him to be a mismatch every night because he could draw the defense out to the 3-point line, or he could take you off the dribble and get to the lane, get a layup, get a dunk, or get to the line. Like, he shies away from that, right? We can't say enough about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is aggressive when he needs to be aggressive. He's playmaking when he needs to play make, right? He's a tough shot maker. He's strong. Footwork is impeccable. Like, he's doing everything that he can on the offensive end, right? But I still see points throughout the game where us as a collective, as a team, we struggled defensively. That first half, we allowed them to go on like 1 11-0 run and then 1 9-0 run. That I thought that we didn't stop the bleeding. You know, we didn't dig in and get a stop. You know, we didn't do the proper things as a team to really stop the bleeding, right? They may miss a shot, and now we got a fast break point, and that started the momentum for us. But if we started to lock in on defense, which the few times that we have this season, when we build on our defense, like, we get great shots offensively. We get in transition, we get dunks, we get layups, right? We frustrate the other team. But when we're not locked in on defense and we get into these slugfests with these teams that are good, right? We get into this half-court sets and we trying to fly around and shit like that, and we're giving up 3-point shots, open 3-point shots, y'all. That's something that we've been struggling with for the last season or two. And right now, like, AJ Green took 12 shots tonight. All 12 of his shots were from 3-point range. He hit half of them. Right? He didn't shoot anything else, which means we're not running him off that line. Like, we're not allowing him to say, oh, shit, I can't get that. Let me put it on the floor and try to get a layup or try to get something mid-range. He got a 3 every chance he wanted to. So that's not promising for me when we're trying to pick it up on the defensive end. You know, I thought Josh Hart was amazing tonight. Y'all know how, you know, I'm the biggest Josh Hart fan on the panel. Y'all know how I talk about Josh Hart all the time. But like OG said tonight, we needed that. That 19 points, we needed that. Those 15 rebounds, we needed that. Those 7 assists, we needed that. All of that, filling up the stat sheet, we needed that. Josh was picking it up from last game. He had a 19-point first half against Charlotte the other night. So he's had back-to-back games where he's really showing up. We need everybody to come along. Deuce is coming along. Jalen Brunson's coming along. I thought Mikal Bridges wasn't as aggressive as he could be, but again, throughout the second half, he looked amazing. So I can't say nothing bad about him. He started taking shots. He started hitting shots. He started picking it up defensively. I was impressed with his second half, right? So if we can get Cat to join the party on a consistent basis, this Knicks team is tough. This Knicks team is tough. If we can get him to join the party on a consistent basis, this Knicks team is tough. Our bench struggled tonight. I thought we could have been better off the bench. The minutes that we got from Mitchell Robinson were decent. I wasn't thoroughly impressed, but I thought we could have got better minutes from him. Kolek was extremely impressive to me tonight. He hit a 3 tonight, and I thought it was 1-3, right? But you could see his confidence, right? You see how he shot that. He shot it with confidence. He wasn't stiff. He let that shit fly, and it was money, right? Pick up on that. Be aggressive. Get in the lane now. You know, so our bench has to be better. You know, I'm not going to talk too much about Yabusele. At some point, either we're going to have to find a way to get him off the basketball team, or he's going to have to find a way to, start hitting shots and start being effective for us somehow. And the last thing that I got for this win, big win, right? I'm like OG. I don't really follow this cup thing. It's a regular season game for me. However, we're going to get wins. We get wins. Was really, really impressed with the challenge that Josh Hart took in that late game situation against Giannis. Just trying to defend him. He was really no match for him. Josh can't guard him, but I seen him bodying him up. I seen him making it tough for him. I seen him taking certain fouls that he needed to take, making him trying to pass out of that matchup. I thought, and Giannis was phenomenal tonight. But down the stretch of that game, they went to him, and Josh Hart was stood tall. You know, in most situations, we would have OG in that spot where OG takes that matchup. And if, you know, we can see things like that where we're taking on the challenge of, you know, playing defense when it's a late game situation, that's promising. The whole team got to come along. I thought it was a big win for us tonight.
Definitely a big win. It was exciting because we won and it felt like a real victory. Normally, we just this year, I don't think our victories, I don't think they haven't been convincing because that was a big convincing win, big second half. Our second halves have been disappointing. We've been up and down. The Josh Hart defense was amazing. The Cat and Brunson thing stood out. Still, their chemistry. We'll get to that in a second. I definitely want to table that and have us go a little deeper into that discussion because now it's been over a year, and you know the lineup change, the starting lineup. We didn't talk about that. Maybe we should get into more of that. Mitchell Robinson benched, and he finally looked like there was a spark in him after 2 games against the Magic, where they looked like they ate his food. I think that was the last straw for Mike Brown, where he's seeing like, what can I do to motivate him, or just does this thing work with Mitchell Robinson? First quarter, play 3 minutes, then you get benched, and we start you at the end of the first quarter. Now you're being predictable. Everyone knows Mitchell Robinson's coming back in for the end of each quarter, beginning of each quarter. You can't be predictable. And then on top of that, Mitch's play makes it even more predictable. You suck, or you've been sucking. So now in this game, AllBall said it a week and a half ago. How are we going to get him the ball? Why aren't we getting him the ball? And that's part of the reason why I wanted Jordan Clarkson to start over Shamit when he did, because he's the only guy, him and Brunson, and even Hart goes to the basket. They get to the paint. Bridges doesn't do it. OG be stumbling and bumbling. Hopefully he's all right. We got to get to the bottom of that because I don't even think he's traveling with the team. Was he on the bench tonight? Was he there in the stadium?
I did not see him.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
So he hasn't been traveling. Like, that's a bad sign. We know how the Knicks are with the injuries. They keep it a secret. They said Julius Randle will be back in a couple weeks, and he was gone. So that's dire to us because we're already down our defensive genius in my mind, and Mitchell Robinson is just he's there. So he played great. I mean, he caught an and one, or not an and one, a tip in that didn't count at the end of the first half, and just to get him the ball. It's traditional basketball. It's just logical basketball. If you got a 7'2" guy who can't create his own shot, why aren't you as smaller players trying to feed him the ball and boost his confidence, or just you're making him realize that we know you out here, but we know you working. That's the whole point of a point guard and guards and everybody feeding the big man. It's always, if it's in transition or we get it, we can't run a real play for you. You're not Tyson Chandler. We can't really run real plays for you, but throw the ball high off the glass. You guys can get to the basket. Brunson, you're gonna get double team Brunson. Jordan Clarkson, he knows how to get into the teeth of the defense. So the fact that we saw that, and that's when they started dominating. And you know what? Before we get to this topic, I need my partners, my cohorts, to be with me while keeping our eyes on the prize, baby baba. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Hope you had Jalen Brunson tonight for more than 30 points. Hope you didn't have Anthony Towns for more than 10, because boy, oh boy, were you disappointed. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Ain't that right, Flea?
Big boss Keith Kloss
In the building.
Oh man, the boss. Boss,
The
what up, baby?
original. What up, boss? Maybe he can answer this question for us. 'Cause I definitely want to deep dive into this. Josh Hart playing stellar tonight, but it's time we had this a real talk, man. Enough is enough. All ball. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Yeah, we won. We celebrated, y'all. You always say we were party poopers and all that, but we got to call a spade, man. When RJ, I said it a couple weeks ago, RJ Barrett and Julius Randle were here. Yo, they don't mix together, bro. I don't know what it is. Maybe we got to add another player to open things up for them, but I'm seeing it now with Brunson and Cat, and we saw it last year. They were trying to say the pick and roll, they average the highest amount of points in the pick and roll. Actually, like, yeah, but it don't look smooth. They don't look natural. It doesn't look like they really mix all ball. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want to speak to it more. Why was it on the court tonight? Second quarter, Cat wasn't on that court when Mitchell Robinson was getting that ball in them 3 out of 4 possessions where he got 6 straight points. He wasn't there, and there was a lot of lineups now. It feels like you gotta sit Brunson down and let Cat go, or you gotta sit Cat down and let Brunson go all ball.
Well, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I've been saying this, and everybody thought I was crazy. Kind of maybe took it a step further and said, I don't think they get along. Not saying that they dislike or hate each other, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Brunson likes playing with Cat. It's just my opinion. And we're not going to be successful if your two best players has no chemistry. When Brunson sits down, that's when Cat's supposed to take over. But with Cat and Brunson on the court together, if both of us, excuse me, standing at the top of the key and want to do the same thing, and one is way better than the other at doing that, which is handling the ball, getting to the basket, shooting threes. I don't care how much of a big man he the best big man shooting threes. He's not a better jump shot shooter than Jalen Brunson. I don't know how they're going to fix that, but we are not going to be able to win a championship or beat the great teams when Brunson sits down and Cat has a game like tonight. You can't expect Hart and Deuce and Bridges and these guys to do this every night. But a guy like Cat, who's supposed to be the legit second best player, all star, all NBA third team, getting 60 million a year, you're supposed to be playing at an MVP all star level all season long. And it just seems like for some reason it's not working. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna work. I think eventually the front office is gonna have to smarten up. If we're gonna win a championship, you're gonna have to get rid of Cat. Because I don't see him change. We know that saying. If I've been like this for 50, 60 years, you think I'm gonna change now? He's been in the league how long? So for me, unless he's gonna dig deep pause and find it in himself and how he played last season for like maybe a month or two where he was just dominant, rebounding, and just playing strong. If he's going to figure out a way to do that, then we got a shot. But him and Brunson don't mix, and I don't think they like playing with each other. I told you this the other day. Cat thinks he's a number one. He wants to be a number one, but he knows he's not because you over there with Brunson, and Brunson is probably looking at him like, "Yo, bro, tired of giving you the ball up here and watching you go do these weak ass moves. You do that one move to the right, and you go up super weak. You don't get no calls. So for me, listen, this is a culture problem. You got to figure that out. You got to sit them down. You got to figure that out. And if you don't figure that out, we know who's going to go. It ain't going to be Brunson, but they don't mix, y'all. And I've been saying it. I don't think they like playing with each other. And I don't think Jalen Brunson likes playing with Cat. May he like him as a person? Yes. But on the court with him, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Brunson likes Cat at all as far as playing basketball alongside him because you're not a dog. And your game is listen, bro. I'm the little guy, you the big guy. I'm supposed to be able to dump the ball inside to you. You're supposed to be making the game easier for all of us. Cat don't make the game easy for nobody. Dump the ball and get in the post. The defense collapse, spray three. Like Mike Brown said, you kick it out to the open man. You don't get that with Cat. So for me, that's a problem. I wanted Cat here because I still rather him than Julius Randle. But this is the big problem. This is a big problem. And if it doesn't get fixed soon, we're going to be on the outside looking in when we talking about winning the championship.
Fleet, what are you seeing? I think it's at this point, it's been a year now. You said it's going to take some time for Mike Brown to get adjusted, but Cat and Jalen Brunson have had more than a year, an official training camp together, went to Abu Dhabi together. They be chilling together with their girls and they wild and all that. What are you seeing that may be holding them back, or are we overreacting?
I mean, for guys that just have a year under their belt playing with each other, for me, I ain't gonna panic too much right now, because at the end of the day, however they tried to figure it out or didn't figure it out, they found their way to be in the Final Four, the Eastern Conference Finals last year, with an opportunity to play for a championship. So, with all the hiccups and all the trying to figure it out and no chemistry, they did a damn good job last season. Cat was good for us last year, whether we want to like it, whether we like it or not. He's a third-team All-NBA player at his position. He helped us get to where we got to last year, but we haven't seen in a very, very long time. So Cat was damn good for us last year. Let's say that for a second. We bring in a new coach that has a completely different system, and everybody has been honest about who has the biggest adjustment in this system. It's called Anthony Towns. So if he's still trying to figure it out in game 15 or 16 or wherever we at, then he's still trying to figure it out. If we're talking about the chemistry between Brunson and Cat, that is something that those two guys need to figure out. They just need to figure it out. If they care as much about winning as they both say they do, then both of them need to figure it out. It can't be he got to do it and I'm not doing it, or he got to do it, I'm not doing it, because Brunson is getting his. Brunson is not going to be held accountable. I think it's a two-man thing. If Brunson is the guy, he's our best player, and we know that we can be even greater if we pull Cat along. We need to have some uncomfortable conversations. We need to have some challenging conversations. What do we need to do to put you in position to be successful with this team? How can I be better for you? I know what I can do for the team. How can I be better for you? Because at the end of the day, me and you going to get us to where we need to. Not just me. Brunson ain't going to do it by himself. I don't give a fuck what you two niggas think. It's not happening. Brunson ain't doing it by himself. So if Cat is here, if he's the guy, we need to figure it out. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this?
Sweet, can I ask you a question?
Conversations have to happen.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Why is it that Cat is the only one that has to figure it out? It seems like everybody else is still either have they same game or gotten better this season, except Cat. Brunson is still at what he does, Hart, Bridges, Deuce. But it just seems, why is it that Cat is the only one that seems like he's struggling? He's not the only one with a new coach. Everybody has a new coach.
But nobody else seems like they're struggling? Nobody else seems like they're struggling to find their way in this offense?
Not the way Cat is.
So I don't understand. Why is that a problem?
What do you mean, why is that a problem?
Why is that a problem? If he's
why wouldn't it be?
If
why wouldn't it be a problem?
The coach who implemented, okay, so let me ask a question. If the coach who implemented the system out of his mouth said the person who's going to have the biggest problem adjusting is Cat, why y'all asking that question?
Because he's been around for 20 years of basketball minimum. He's a shooter. He's a natural scorer. He's gonna get the most action, it seems like, in this system, since Mike Brown's the one who said he's gonna be starting from 5 different spots on the court minimum, like a Sabonis. It just seems like not just a natural scorer, a natural passer. Like, his passing ability is amazing. So the aggression is what lacks, and the fact that it's stifling him at this point in his life is amazing to me. And I get it. Brunson is not going to win a championship on his own. Nobody wins a championship on their own. I don't know if I can blame either one of them if their games don't match. I didn't really necessarily blame Brunson or Cat or Randall or RJ Barrett when they were here, their games don't mix. So if you telling me, you asking me why am I only blaming him, or if Mike Brown saying he's gonna struggle, I don't care what Mike Brown says about that, bro. That shouldn't mean that you don't have 3 or 4 plays or a go-to move. That shouldn't mean if Kyle Kuzma is defending you in the post, Ryan Rollins is defending you in the post, then you're not taking advantage. And then when Miles Turner gets on you, then you want to turn on the Jets and get to the basket and get your shot smacked at the rim. That doesn't make sense to me. Jalen Brunson is aggressive no matter what the matchup is, no matter what the play was drawn. If he gets the ball and feels like being aggressive, he's doing it. He hasn't been in the league as long as Karl Anthony Towns. He's not 7 feet tall. He's the guy. He's the typical guy that you guys, the doubters of Jalen Brunson, point to. That kind of guy as having the advantage over everybody on the basketball court. So when I don't see the advantage, it's gonna be weird to me. Kind of weird that the tall guy struggles this much with aggression against everybody else who he has a mismatch on.
Hey man, so trade him. Y'all was so hell bent on getting rid of Tibbs, right? Y'all got frustrated with Tibbs. Y'all got what y'all want. So trade the nigga. So trade him. I don't need to like talk logic to you niggas. Fuck logic at the end of the day, because that's what we want to do. So trade him. Trade him. Trade the nigga. Go get Miles Turner like y'all wanted to. Trade him. Trade him after 1 year. Trade him. The fuck? Yeah, that's the type of time y'all want me. Trade the nigga. He's garbage. We got 1 year out of him. We didn't get much out. We ain't get what we wanted. Trade the nigga then. That's what y'all want, right? Y'all know every fucking thing, right? Trade the nigga then, right?
So hold on, please. So for me, my problem with Cat so far is watching the East at this point, with Detroit, Orlando, and Milwaukee. Like, we're gonna have a problem with those teams if Cat is not going to be able to dominate. They have big guys, and it just seems like he has to get it together. Everybody, no matter the coaching change, everybody is still playing at a high level. Cat needs to be better. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into the trade part because that'll turn this into a whole nother live. We argue, get to that another live. I'm just saying, Fleet, he has to get better. And my thing is, all right, if you're not going to score, dominate other ways. Whether it's rebounding, whether it's 6-7 assists, whether it's deflecting shots. I'm saying, just because you having an off night don't mean you can't do anything else. So for me, I just feel Fleet, he has to play much better if we're gonna, hopefully be in contention for a championship.
I mean, I totally agree. I'm not about to sit up here and act like I'm some like Cat savior. I'm just saying that this shit takes time. This shit takes time. My whole outlook on this is going to continue to be completely different from the masses because we walked a new coach in here. And my expectation is like, I'm with the conversation and I'm with entertaining the shit. But if you talk to me like on the side, I'm going to tell you, yo, my expectations for this Knicks team is not very high this year because I don't know what we're going to get out of this coach. I don't know if the chemistry is going to click right away. I don't know if this new offense that we're going to implement is going to work for what we need, for what we're trying to do. I don't know. I don't give a fuck how good niggas think we are. I have no clue. And right now, from what we've seen, close to 20 games, we have almost a quarter into the season. It's still a question mark. There's a lack of consistency. We played 2 really good games, but we could shit the bed against Toronto coming up and not play well. And we right back to over here saying, yo, this is not good. That's not good. There's no level of consistency. There's no identity yet. We have no clue who we are. No chemistry between our 2 best players. Like, so for us to sit up here and act like, yo, we this or we that, fuck out of here. It's not Flea not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck how good niggas think Jalen Brunson is. There's a lot of change going on around Jalen Brunson over the last 4 seasons. Let's keep it a buck about that. There's a lot of change going on around him.
What
so
change?
Regardless of the fact, he's the constant great. He's the constant great. He is the constant great. But there's plenty of different rosters that have been around him. Guys that he gets to depend on, guys he don't have no more, that he can't depend on anymore. We love Dante DiVincenzo, no longer here, right? A guy that we depended on, right? A guy that we felt like, oh, maybe we could have kept him, maybe we could have. That was a conversation between Knicks fans, right? All I'm saying is that JB's been great, but we keep changing what this thing looks like and acting like, yo, we right there. There's no consistency. We got to create some consistency and a foundation before we act like we really somebody. And we got Mike Brown in here now, and we talking about, oh, Cat ain't the great. Yeah, Cat ain't playing well. That happens sometimes when a new coach comes into play. It happens. I don't know what we expecting. 15-1, we ain't OKC. No.
But I also think the fact that when Jalen Brunson sits down, it just seems Cat is way more comfortable. And I don't know if it's because they operate from the same spots or they're comfortable from getting their game started from the same spots, top of the key, the wings, that especially above the 3-point line. There's a lot of why is Cat starting that many times from the 3-point line when you got Brunson in the game? I hate to bring up Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, but Larry Bird moved to the 3 so McHale could play the 4. And it's not quite that, but I want to see somebody address this. I want to, we'll get to Mike Brown in a second, but that is evident, bro. Jalen Brunson, even as much as we like Jalen Brunson, he likes playing more without Cat. It feels like, why is that? How come you ain't addressing that? Why aren't we talking more about that? Nobody in the media is asking him that. He's not addressing it himself, and he's quick to say anything else about his defensive, his lack of defense, his major lack of defense. Well, how about your major lack of chemistry with the star player that you brought in, that you guys were lauding over? Because it wasn't just, I'm not a Cat fan, but AllBall is or was, and a lot of people were, and it sounded like Brunson was too. So how come he's not addressing that? So yeah, if you want us to hold him accountable, flee the Jalen Brunson stands. Here we are. How come he's not addressing it? Mike Brown's not addressing it, bro. We see it. You went on a run without Cat again. The biggest run we had in the playoffs, the biggest debacle that might have cost Tom Thibodeau his job was being up 15, 2.5 minutes ago, whatever it was, when Brunson's ass was on the bench and Cat was on the floor. That's obvious. And that was in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now here we are, year number 2. It feels like the same thing again. And it feels like this season, I don't say it's slipping away, but the championship hopes, we had to slow everything down because we're like, yo, if our 2 best guys don't look championship style together on the court, we can't talk about that. We got a lot of things to fix defensively, and those 2 guys being a threat, because if they are that threatening to any team, now the defense becomes a little bit easier. Hate to say it like that, because Flea always said that, broke that down with Mikal Bridges. When he scores, he plays a little bit better defense, and maybe that's what's going to get Brunson and Cat going, when it's like, yo, I can't wait to play defense and get that ball back. I think that's just natural for anybody to feel. And I think that's another part of it where it stands out to us. Like, even if we didn't realize they didn't play well together, when one of them sits on the bench, we go, hold up. Since when the hell did you like playing basketball with the New York Knicks jersey on? Because the other stars sat down. Like, it's, I don't know, Flea, it's bothering me, even during the win.
I mean, it's, listen, man, my opinion, guys have to play up to their potential. Guys are getting paid big money and you expect big production from them. I know, that's cliche, and sometimes we don't want to hear that, but listen, we know Brunson is underpaid. People still have a problem with, Mikal Bridges and the 5 picks. Let's be honest. Was it worth it? At this point, I don't know. Cat, $60 million man. Let's be honest. Is that worth it? Don't know. So, for me, that's a part of the game that, a lot of people really never want to discuss. Same thing with OG. He got the max. Biggest contract in Knicks history. Of course, there's going to be one that's going to top that, but I'm saying as of right now, let's be honest. Is it worth it? So my thing is, you guys are getting all-star money. You guys are getting max money. Play up to your potential. And I just feel like too many times more than other, the only one that's doing that is Brunson. Too many times Bridges drifts away. Too many times Cat drifts away. Now, uh, 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 is that a Brunson problem? Him being a point guard, not getting guys involved? That's a whole nother discussion. Maybe that can be something we need to discuss because Flea is big on holding everybody accountable. And I gotta agree with him with that. Maybe we do have to start looking at Brunson a little bit more as far as like, listen, bro, we know you get your 30, 40 clip, but for us to be successful, everybody has to get involved. So for me, it's a lot of moving parts and it's a lot of things that we could be discussing. But at the end of the day, guys get paid to perform. And it just seems like too many times more than others. Brunson is the only one performing at that high level. And we know he's being underpaid. Guys like Cat, OG, Bridges, listen, we brought y'all guys over here to get us over the hump, to be the difference. And I just think when I advocated for Cat, I just thought he would make the game easier. I thought Julius Randle, even though he was a good fit, the game was difficult. I thought with Cat, better offensively, spread the floor more, get down in the post a little more, mix it up, make the game easier. And it just seems like that's not the case. I didn't know Cat just 100% wanted to be a guard. I really didn't think that.
But Flea also, somebody, damn, I forgot who said it in the chat. Why did it feel like Ant-Man played better with Karl Anthony Towns? I forgot how Chris Finch was there for a couple years, to your point about Mike Brown and the coaching, being with a team for some time. Chris Finch was there for some time over there in Minnesota, and he kind of knew Cat. And there was a lot of plays that he ran from the corner, and that's what I really haven't seen. I seen it for a couple of games with Karl Anthony Towns this season, but Finch kind of knew his guy. It wasn't just that Ant-Man knew his guy. I mean, Ant-Man seems to be like a real, just a dope teammate to have, especially at that age, to boost your confidence when you could have beef with the egos and being superstars on the team. Ant-Man's a real, like, it seems like he's really a perfect that level of energy and personality to have that balance of boosting your confidence. We don't see that normally. Like, to praise that, whether it's Iverson, John Morant, the superstar, rock star personality, they usually clash. He's really good at boosting, his teammates' personality. But also, to your point about Chris Finch and Mike Brown needed some time with Cat. This has only been 2 months with Cat, 3 months with Cat. So where is that at, though? Where are the plays for him that are go-to?
I want to ask a question. I want to ask the panel a question, right? And OG alludes to this a lot. He's alluded to this for some years, right? How low of a basketball IQ our team has as a collective, right? But he said that for a few years, and things have changed. Coaches changed, players have changed, things like that. Who is collectively responsible for the IQ of this basketball team? Who is that reflective of, if it's reflective of anybody on the IQ of this basketball team? And this is not like one of those times where I'm getting my shit off on Jalen Brunson. I'm asking a real question from just looking at us as a team and the organization. Where does the IQ start, or where do we lack it at from y'all perspective?
I think we got to start AllBall with the AllBall pie chart that you normally give, because I think
I love a good OG pie chart. Yeah,
to blame it on one person is crazy.
Right. That was a great question. And remember, Fleet, how long I've been saying that. Like even tonight, you seen Mitchell Robinson get a steal or offensive rebound or and he throws the ball away. Right?
Yo,
how many times we see Josh Hart just throw the ball away? How many times we see Brunson just try to force something? So that's a great question. For me, I think when you've been in the league 5+ years, I think you got to blame yourself. I don't think that's on the coaching staff. Now, down the stretch, running certain plays and certain lineups, that's on the coach. But like Shaq said before, it comes a point where we on the court, man, coach can't tell us shit. We know what to do. So Flea, I would have to give, and this is gonna hurt my heart, Jalen Brunson would probably have to get the most of the pie. I'm not going to give him 50%, but he can get about 30, 35% of the pie because he's the captain, he's the general, he's the leader, he's the point guard. And us as a collective, we are one of the lowest basketball IQ teams I've seen. Seriously, especially if, and I'm comparing us to the team that's supposed to be uh fighting for a championship. Remember, we don't supposed to be down there with Charlotte and Washington, and so our basketball IQ was terrible. But I would have to give Jalen Brunson most of that pie, and then probably from there it would be the coach, and then it can trickle on down to some of the players. But I just think a lot of these guys, man, they don't. I don't know if they attempt to learn the game or don't care about the game, but we watch the Knicks every night, and it's just like, yo, mistake after mistake after mistake. Y'all still jumping and passing. Flea, you know the cardinal rule. What the coach always say: don't jump and pass the ball. So it's just we are terrible when it comes to that.
They tell you that at 10 years old.
Right, right. Real quick, did y'all see the chemistry between Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson towards the end of the game when they was running that pick and roll and Josh Hart flashes right to the free throw line?
On the short roll.
And you pass it to him and it's either a wide open little midi or to the basket.
Down or fly to the corner. Yeah.
Right. So that's high basketball IQ. Why is him and Cat not doing that? So, Flea, I'm going to be honest. That's another problem that we have. That basketball IQ, that shit bites us in the ass, falls damn near every night. Look how hard we got to play to get a W.
But that's Flea. Then that you just giving Flea even more and more credit without saying so. They know each other for how long? They better know to give Jalen Brunson better know to give Josh Hart the ball on that play. And
hold on, Fabian, for 10 seconds. But that's the first time I've seen them do that, like on a consistent basis. They did it maybe 2, 3, 4 times straight until Milwaukee tried to figure out to do something with it. I'm saying ever since they've been together with the Knicks, they never ran no play like that.
Right. Yeah. And we also passed the Mitch for the first time ever 3, 4 straight times in the post today. So is it Brunson? Yeah, but size 9 read my mind. You know, it sounds like a boring answer, but half the blame, 50% of the blame, maybe even 70% of the blame got to go up top. Leon Rose, you put this team together. You would want to put. You didn't give. Going back, you didn't give Tom Thibodeau his guys. You gave him an offensive lineup. You want to go 5 and out, 4-1, whatever the hell you call them plays to Tom Thibodeau. It's not all his fault. They weren't playing defense since we had Tom Thibodeau, defensive-minded coach. So what were you trying to do? You trying to replicate the Boston Celtics? Huh? They did that. So we don't have those kind of players. We don't have Drew Holiday out there. OG, I love OG, but you ain't Drew Holiday on the offensive end. He can handle the ball. He goes into the dunker spot. And once we go to the players, not trying to evade any smoke for Jalen Brunson, please. He definitely gets a lot of the blame because you're going to get the ball in your hands a lot. You dribble the most in the NBA still probably, or he's top 10. But today was obvious. He scored 37 and it didn't feel like he hogged the ball. That did not feel like the typical 37. We over here going back and forth, going crazy. Oh, he's hogging the ball. And then we always missing his Cat. It's Cat and Brunson. If we're going to give anybody blame, forget the coach. I'm not blaming Mike Brown for you guys not figuring out how to get an offensive rebound, extend the play, and you throw the ball into the other side of the court. If you damn near out of bounds, you don't throw it the other way where where the basket is for the other team. That's not where you throw the ball at. Is you throw it to your basket. Like this, that's dumb. So that ain't Mike Brown. That's them guys on the court. And I don't expect high IQ plays from Mitchell Robinson, but you expect it from Cat and Brunson. And I'm gonna have to give, Brunson, if it's 50% left, I'm giving them 40%. 40%. Set the tone. Set the tone. You want Cat to get more involved? Talk to him more. I don't know. Go to dinner together. Go practice together all day long. That's your job. You got to turn down $100 million. You want to be Tom Brady. You want to be Derek Jeter. It's on you. And then Cat, maybe he starts feeling more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because now Cat, he's not really making the right plays. Now you can talk to him and be like, yo, bro, don't give me the ball back. If you got Ryan Rollins on you or Kyle Kuzma, don't kick it back to me because I'm going to shoot it. That's what I do. I will shoot the ball. Do not give me the ball back. You can have those conversations. So I think those high IQ moments and performance and execution, it got to start with those two, man. So I think it was a great question, Flea, because we got to start holding our guys accountable. You've been saying this, and you also been preaching patience and like these guys playing together, but if they're gonna play together, do it right, man. Y'all need to go come join us on KNICKS Rehab so we can have a real chat, man, off court, man.
I mean, these are the wins that make things promising, though, right? As much as we can get through these games and make our critiques and things like that, we beat a Milwaukee team where Giannis is coming back and he's playing lights out tonight, and we got a W, right? So, like, we got to build, we got to continue to build off of things like this. So we can't act like we didn't play good basketball tonight. There wasn't good spots we played with that we played well with tonight. I just, for me, I want to end with, when we start valuing possessions and valuing the basketball, when you look at all the championship level teams over the last couple of seasons, the OKCs, the Denvers, the Bostons, when they won, all those teams, when they win, Golden State, when they won, even Milwaukee, when they won, they valued the basketball. They valued possessions. Possessions mattered. Rebounding mattered, and defense mattered. Every team that I just talked about, those three things mattered. So when we get to a place where that's all that matters, because all those teams were offensively gifted. OKC offensively gifted. Boston offensively gifted. Denver offensively gifted. Milwaukee at that time offensively gifted. Golden State clearly offensively gifted. So we'll get to a place where we are an elite offense. Mike Brown does that. But when we get to a place where we valuing our possessions in the basketball, playing defense, and giving a fuck about rebounding, yo, we ain't gonna never hear nothing about Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. They got chemistry because it's gonna look like beautiful basketball. That's just how it's gonna look when we start caring about those three things. So that's just work. That's just work. Those three things don't come overnight. So I think we're in a good spot.
I just real quick, we also got to figure out a way to make the game easier. Um, we have to play too hard, pause, for us to win some of these basketball games. And this is how guys get injured. When you got to be full throttle for the whole, 48 minutes. So we got to figure out a way to make the game easier as well, man. Get guys easier shots. So it's a great point, Flea. But yeah, we have some things we have to work through, but Flea, we supposed to have that firepower on offense. If we have Mr. Clutch, we have the best shooting big man with the 3-point shot, right? We have a guy like Mikal Bridges who mid-range is damn near, clutch. We have a guy like Deuce and Clarkson who can get hot at any moment, as you seen Deuce get hot tonight, right? So gotta put it together. Gotta put it together. But great point.
Well, let's see if Mike Brown put it together tonight. We got a post-game press conference by Coach.
Uh, but a lot of great individual performances, especially defensively. Biased Josh, Giannis is tough cover for anybody, and especially when you're giving up 6-7 inches or whatever Josh is giving up. He fought all night. He was actually our defensive player of the game. But I thought the two biggest plays of the game were Cat's offensive rebound. His offensive rebound late in the game was going to be a one-possession game if they got that. But he gets offensive rebound, I think puts us up by 4. But more importantly than that, he stole the jump ball. His awareness, his feel to be able to come up with that steal was huge. And that really put them in a hole. Because now it's a 2-possession game, our ball, and if we score, it could turn into a 3-possession game or whatever, and create some separation. So I told Cat, I said, hey, sometimes it's going to be your night, sometimes it's not. He had 9 points tonight, but he had arguably 2 of the biggest plays down the stretch in the ball game when it comes to doing something besides scoring. And great teams, great players find a way to make your team great by doing something other than scoring. And Cat did that tonight with the offensive rebound and the stealing of the jump ball.
You got another one here.
Big play, Cat.
He said, you see,
Big play, Cat.
Yeah,
Way to get the two biggest plays of the game, Cat.
You see what Mike Brown did, right? That was that. Listen, that was smart of him, right?
Keep confidence in your guy.
There you go,
man.
Yeah. He listen. He know what he doing. That was smooth.
He know he was shit tonight, OG.
Come on, man.
OG, he know he was shit tonight. So he said, you know what? Two of the biggest plays tonight, big dog.
That was, listen. That's when you know a motherfucker from New York.
Go ahead, get naked. Fabian, you like that type of shit. You see how Mike Brown got crazy at the press conference. Go ahead.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like that?
I thought that was the Wolf of Wall Street up there, man. Listen,
I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving.
You see him selling Wolf tickets? Cat had the bit. Look,
right.
With a straight face.
Right, you heard what he said, right? Right, you heard what he said? I'm not fucking leaving.
Hey, Flea, with a straight face, that nigga said Cat had the two biggest plays in the game, man. You crazy? One open.
He also had some things to say about Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. They obviously blitzed Jalen all the fourth. And
yeah.
Early on, guys weren't making shots when he was getting into the passes, but eventually it kind of broke through. How happy were you with him just taking what the game was giving him and able to finish it off with all the attention he was getting?
Yeah, I said this at the beginning. He should be talked about right now, and it's early, but as potential MVP. And there's not enough chatter, which it's early, so I'm not throwing a fit. But I mean, the guy had 37 tonight on 12 of 21, and he gets blitzed often, and he makes the right basketball play. So he basically did what he's supposed to do, and that's why I don't talk about it a lot, because that's what he's capable of doing, and that's what he's supposed to do, being of that stature. Hopefully you guys and your peers will start really talking the right way about this young man in terms of him having some MVP talk, because that's what he is. We're not playing the best basketball right now, but we're trending in the right direction, and he's the engine behind it. And so to me, he just did what he's supposed to do, which equates to him being the MVP of the league.
Y'all can have that.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Flea. That's what I'm talking about.
And they're going to K2. He on K2 at this press conference. First to catch shit. And everybody bigger Brunson stand than me. That nigga crazy. Now, if we had a better record, then he may have a case as far as top 5. But come on, bro.
Brunson has been excellent for us. Excellent.
Yeah,
Brunson has been phenomenal for us. He is not the MVP of the league.
But OKC and Denver's doing what Kane is doing in Detroit. Remember that we know that MVP thing, it goes with the record too, unless you're gonna do something super crazy. Come on, bro. You right, Flea. I'm leave that alone. Go ahead, Fabian. I apologize. My apologies.
You over here glazing him because he said, "Yo, look what he did to boost Cat's confidence." You know what you do to boost Cat's confidence? Go play like Brunson, man. Go play like the MVP of the team. That's the MVP. That's how you play. No, that's not what he said. He said he saved the game. I thought no. Brunson did his thing on the offensive end. The biggest plays of the game is Josh Hart defending Giannis. That's what saved the game. Forget that save with a tip off, whatever it is. Josh Hart guarding Giannis, I was scared to death. Every play, I'm like, that's a mismatch. Damn. Giannis spun on him, yammed it. I said, damn, this is about to be. And it was like 10 straight possessions. Josh Hart is guarding Giannis from different parts of the court, top of the key, at the nail, in the post, wherever, holding it down. Josh Hart's not supposed to do that. He's been dragged as a defender as of late, and he holds down
by you.
Not
by anybody else, by you.
Not just
you
me.
Drag him as a defender.
Not just
no
me.
One. Yes, it is you.
Cool.
It's you.
That's not.
It's
listen,
you.
I'm not going back and forth about Josh.
Don't try to grab somebody else in the bunch. It's you.
Josh Hart's defensive performance as of late, the last 2 weeks, was not this tonight. There was no standout. Whenever we talked about Josh Hart locking of MVP up, never. So I'm not going to give Cat credit for saving the game when that doesn't happen with Josh Hart not playing defense like that, and you scoring 9 points. Stop.
Can I ask y'all a question? I ain't trying to be funny. Josh Hart really locked up Giannis?
Big time. What you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, there was plays that he made it difficult. Okay, locking them up, maybe easy, Jack. But they made things difficult.
Nigga had 30, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he
had some great defensive moments.
30 and it's not effective. You know what I'm saying? 30 and it's not as effective as the 37 that Brunson was hitting some big shots down the stretch, y'all.
But hold on,
big shots down the stretch.
Right? You know that's my guy, but I can't forget Deuce. Them threes that Deuce hit in this game tonight. All of those shots were momentum, huge shots that could have swayed. It could have swayed anyway. So I just think, as much as Brunson was Brunson, Deuce with some big shots, and Josh Hart with the defensive effort. Hey, I think all three of those guys, and come on, man, Bridges came up clutch a couple times, had a defensive swipe. Remember, he hit a 3, then he hit a 2. So, but I mean, Brunson is not MVP yet. I can't agree with that. I'm sorry.
He's our MVP. I will stand.
He's out, of course.
And Josh Hart better have that Tim necklace on today.
Tim necklace. Who gets it tonight?
Who? It better not be Cat with the game saving. He robbed the tip of it, and they said that was illegal, or something like that. None of this is possible if Josh Hart. Yeah, Giannis had 30 points. He's Giannis, and there were 20 other plays before Josh Hart started guarding them all. Ball. Josh Hart. I'm in shock, actually. I'm saying this because I have to acknowledge it, because Flea, is going to remind us, you didn't see Josh Hart. You ain't see Josh. I'm surprised he ain't going crazy over this. I'm thoroughly impressed when somebody who's not supposed to be doing something that they doing. It's like you want an OG to grab 20 rebounds out of nowhere. They started grabbing 8, and I had to shut the hell up. Yeah, tonight I have to shut the hell up about Josh Hart's defense. I got to give him props. I said he was trash the last couple of weeks. Flea. I'm giving them props when I see a standout performance.
Is that a pronoun? Is that the pronoun you're supposed to use? I? Is that what? I don't know. Yeah, use that one. I, not they, not them, not the people. You, Fabian. He showed your ass up against the MVP.
Hey,
I ain't my guy dirty. You should have heard him. You should have heard him on the phone while he's watching the game, y'all. Josh Hart! Yeah.
First of all, you heard Tori B. I don't sound nothing like that over no devices ever in my life. My voice don't squeak like that. She said Barry White, my brother.
OG. That nigga was getting stops. He was like, yeah, Josh.
Get us out of here, man.
Are we live?
Big Flea. Never little one.
Yeah, he is a fool.
Ball suckers. Your man Anthony Davis back tonight, though.
That he is.
How's he look?
For some reason, all these channels is the Phoenix OKC game and the Clippers game.
No, it's on the same channel as the Knicks game. The I don't want to say the name. Well, Amazon Prime. AD got 10 points, 4 rebounds. Cooper Flag got 7 points, 11 for Max Christie. On the Lakers side, 22 for Austin Reeves, 23 for Luka Doncic. DeAndre Ayton elbowed the shit out of Cooper Flag early on. That was crazy. LeBron got
First
4
play,
points.
first play of the game, or like first 2-3 possessions of the game.
LeBron
Yo,
got 4
don't they
points.
gotta
and
let that
assists.
play out and see what it looks like with like him, Kyrie, and Cooper Flag? Like, don't they have to let that play out before they trade Davis?
It's Dallas though. They always make some crazy.
Jazz,
But,
my brother.
yo,
You know,
they got rid of Tyson Chandler, bro. The year after they what a month after they won a championship.
you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I get what you're saying, Flea, but you
What
know
you think? I'm just throwing it out there. Like,
I don't think Kyrie and AD is ever going to be healthy. I think when they made that trade, it was for right then and there, hopefully hoping that. Remember, they didn't expect that domino effect was crazy. Remember, as soon as they made the trade, Kyrie got injured, Lowry got injured, Gafford got injured. They play like so. I think I think that ship sailed. I think it was for right. That's almost like when San Antonio traded Kawhi to Toronto, and then just imagine that happens, and then 2 games later, Kawhi gets hurt, and then so and so get hurt, so and so get hurt. I think that window is closed. I think now you rebuild around Cooper Flag if that's who y'all believe is quote unquote the next, Dirk Nowitzki. I think that shit settled. I
bro,
think right now you get what you can for AD, you get what you can for Kyrie. I think real quick, I forgot who I was talking to. If I'm them, see Curry just got injured. You know who'll be a perfect fit in Golden State? Anthony Davis. Go get Kaminga, go get some of them young dudes. And if I'm Dallas, you ready for this? I'm trading Kyrie Irving to the Houston Rockets for Amen Thompson, straight up.
No.
Houston's GM would lose his job.
Right.
Okay. They need a point guard. They need a point guard if he's healthy. I'm saying if I'm Dallas, I'm trying to pull that off. That's all I'm saying. Houston doesn't have to
If I'm
agree.
Dallas,
I'm just saying.
if I'm Dallas,
I'm
but
trying
Houston
to pull
hangs
that
the
off.
phone.
I'm trying to pull that off.
Houston. I will go after a cheaper deal for a point guard. If I'm Dallas, I mean, I will go for that team. I will still see how it plays out, bro. It's early. Dallas they traded for Gafford, and I said, oh damn, they're about to win the championship. As soon as they made that trade, so what's stopping them from trading Gafford or Lively, one of them, to get one? Because Lively's injury prone too. That's another guy. That's part of their problem is that the 2 of their big men are injury prone. But if they're all healthy, I don't want to see Kyrie rush back either. But if Kyrie comes back, I mean, Kyrie's still Kyrie. Like, and he's not he works hard.
See, just
So
real quick before we get out of here, right? People was always saying, certain things don't make sense or team wouldn't do this. Y'all gotta remember, Kevin Durant shelf life is maybe a year or 2. Houston's
right.
trying to win a championship. So at the end of the day, like things that we be like, oh, it don't make sense. But
What?
teams are trying to win right now. Houston
Okay.
needs a point guard.
Well, go ahead.
I'm just saying, there's a team right now that is the current NBA champion, and they did it in a way that is not the way that all these other teams are trying to like do these stopgap deals and try to do these blockbuster deals. Yeah, the Shea deal looks spectacular now, but that looked like robbery back, years ago.
Yeah.
That looked like outlandish years ago. And all they've done is build through the draft, make small moves and build through the draft. Half their guys, Shea, Jalen Williams, Kassan Wallace, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren. All of them guys are like homegrown guys. Golden State did it a very similar way. Yeah, they got little pieces. Obviously, the Kevin Durant deal is big, but every last one of their guys was homegrown. A lot of these Boston did it with the homegrown way. Denver did it the homegrown way. Like some of these teams better relax trying to trade this and trade that. Be patient and build this thing.
But that's more of a reason why Houston's gonna go. We have defensive player of the year potential, Amen Thompson. We got MVP caliber Sengun. There's no way possible after watching SGA go to OKC in the same conference. I'm gonna allow this. We're gonna trade him for this old Kyrie who's been injury prone.
So
Not
let me
happening.
just.
I don't think they're just a champ. They're a championship threat this year, but there's other trades.
They ain't no who a champion threat this year. Houston? No, they not.
They're
Not with OKC and Denver. They not even close to those.
But okay, so outside of OKC and Denver, who could put pressure on Denver and OKC? Houston's in that mix in the Western Conference. They can put pressure on them. Houston, hold on. Houston was going crazy on Golden State before they couldn't score. Now they got to score. And they switched up from having Kevin Durant being a dominant offensive dude, and they finally starting to play up with Sengun. But to trade your young pup who's turned out to be exactly what we thought he was. That guy athletically is out of this world. He be locking dudes up, or he makes special plays. He's not. I don't want him, and also I don't want him.
Talking about Thompson, right?
Yeah, I don't want Thompson to go too far fetched, get too far with his scoring either. He's not there yet. Go keep developing yourself as a defensive person, especially with that coach. You don't need Kyrie. Kyrie is just. I think he's. I don't think he's older, so I think he'll be great in terms of trying to go for the chip and the IQ of the game. But physically, Amen Thompson brings a different level to the game than Kyrie does. Game in, game out. He's pressuring any one of your best players. He's making special plays any given night, and he can flush it on you. But I would think you will go after somebody else aside from a Kyrie Irving to see a championship team. And even if you go after Kyrie, I'm not giving up Amen Thompson. That's beyond a blue chip, especially when what you just said, Flea, to see SGA go from the Clippers to OKC and then them turn out to be this, because OKC looks like they could win 10 in a row.
You win with long wings in this league. You win with versatile defenders in this league. You win with guys that can put the ball in the bucket in this league. This league is starting to trend away from just having that, I got to have a dynamic guard to win. And Kyrie Irving ain't a dynamic guard no more. It's not. He's not. He's just not. We have no clue what he's going to look like coming back from an ACL injury mid-30s. No clue. So I ain't doing that.
And before you go all ball, him at his best, before the injury, he got locked up in the championship. Locked up bad. So
locked up where at again? Say it again. Where was he at though?
In the championship. But that's what you want. That's what they're going for, right? You just told me they're gunning for the championship. So that's Kyrie at his best, going for a chip, and you get locked up, and we're gonna trade a possible, definitely all defensive player. We're gonna trade him just because we want Kyrie Irving, because that's KD's buddy.
Listen, I would love us to have this conversation, because I could be here for hours. No disrespect, good players. Sengun is not an MVP candidate. Let's stop it. And Amen Thompson is not a defensive player of the year candidate. Stop it. He's a good player. He's a good player.
It's two. That's so what's Brunson? Is Brunson the MVP candidate?
In 2025, you don't trade any of those guys for Kyrie Irving. All right, fuck them not being all of that. You don't trade any of those guys for Kyrie Irving in 2025. You don't do that. No responsible team's gonna do that. They ain't gonna win. They're gonna trade one of them guys and bring in Kyrie Irving and win.
I didn't say one of those guys. I said Amen Thompson. I didn't say Sengun.
Okay. Well, you trade Amen Thompson, you bring in Kyrie Irving.
You just got worse defensively by a mile.
Completely.
By miles.
Okay.
So what
Kid is a good defender, but y'all putting too much sauce on it. I ain't seen him do nothing yet to where now he's just all elite defender. I'm sorry. He's a good defender.
Why haven't you? What hasn't he done?
I just said he's a good defender. I'm not putting him up there yet. I'm just not.
What's up there?
Okay.
Is he a better defender than Dyson Daniels over there in Atlanta? He's a better defender than him?
Yes, they're just about as good of a defender. Yes. What the fuck has Dyson Daniels done? What has Dyson Daniels done?
He's steals leader. What are you talking about?
So fucking what? Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
So now, hold on. You like who you like.
So fucking what? Yes. Yes. So fucking what? Amen Thompson is probably top 10 steals. But because Dyson Daniels is the leader, he make him a better defender? Nah.
No, I didn't say. I
Dyson
just
Daniels
asked,
good
was he
too.
better?
He good.
Okay.
They all the same tier.
Okay.
So Dyson,
Niggas is good, man. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'll come up here later on in life and say I was wrong. But I'm not sitting up here. Good. Your man just said Sengun is the MVP candidate.
that's not yo, bro. You listen to like 3 out of 5 words in a sentence. He's
That's what you said.
MVP caliber. That's the potential.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He has the potential. If he's 21 years old. Amen. By the way, before we even
No. We talk. No. You said Sengun. We ain't talking about Amen Thompson. You said Sengun is the MVP
potential. He has the potential. That means he in the future. I would not be surprised if he's in MVP conversations. That's what that means. That's number one. Number two, Dyson Daniels finished all defensive first team last year, right? So did Amen Thompson. So when we talking about that caliber of defense, that's what we're talking about. So to take that away from a team that's their image. That's what they make their bread on. They had to get rid of Dylan Brooks and all that to get KD, and they already kind of made that move to your point with Kevin Durant. They're just missing the point guard, and Reed Shepard looks decent, but he's not quite the answer. I agree with you. They need a point guard. They need somebody to facilitate the ball. But Kyrie, you be giving up a whole lot just to get Kyrie if we could trade Amen Thompson.
I mean, if the thought is to maximize KD right now, then yeah, some of the guys around that team ain't what you're going to need to maximize KD right now. But if the goal for Houston is to just build this thing and potentially win in the next 2 to 3 seasons, Reed Shepard is going to be a hell of a guard in the next 2 seasons. Jabari Edwards is already a damn good defender, and he's just getting better and better on the offensive end at 6'10". Sengun is probably going to be their best player for the next 5 years. Like, they got a lot. They got a lot over there. Obviously, Kevin Durant's there. They got a lot over there. So it's like, you know what I mean? And then obviously, Amen Thompson, they got a lot. So
the point I'm making
is it now or is it in a few years? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, if it's no rush, then all that's off. I'm dead wrong. Don't worry about it. But I'm saying if you get a guy like KD, Kyrie, I'm guessing it's to win a championship. So I'm saying, all right, if KD go there and he's there now with next year, y'all don't win a championship and y'all don't get to the finals and no Western Conference finals, it's like, what the fuck is he over there for? You stunting the growth of them young dudes. Nah, let them stay young. Let them build, like you said, like OKC, like what Detroit is doing, and let's push this thing forward. So that's what I'm saying. If y'all trying to win now, make the move and win now. You ain't trying to win now, cut the jokes, get KD the fuck out of here. Let them dudes do what they do, build their chemistry, and move forward.
I think the monkey wrench got thrown in when Van Vliet tore his ACL. Van Vliet is a championship level guard, right? He won a championship
as
a guard, right? And he's the level guard that Fabian is talking about. Like, Kyrie is like, Van Vliet is like, you know what I'm saying? That level guard is the absolute, you know what I'm saying, level guard they need to win. Like, that was perfect for them. He tore his ACL. That completely shattered, you know, I think what their hopes was, right? And so now they trying to figure that out and, you know, trying to elevate Reed Shepard. He not completely ready yet. So I can understand it. I don't like it, but I can understand the thought of, damn, we should go get Kyrie. Damn, how do we get Darius Garland away from Cleveland? Right? Like, what, like, how do they got to do something. Like, they got to figure out something. So,
especially you try to win a championship. So I'm like I said, you can make a move and not. I'm just saying, what I'm trying to do is help Dallas out, because I think, their potential for the future could be very bright if they do this thing right, because they have pieces that can help some teams. AD can help somebody stay healthy, and if Kyrie come back healthy, fuck it. But I get what y'all saying, though.
That kid in Dallas is Williams. He's all right. Is he? I don't know if he's a pure point, but their backup is all right to go to Houston too. I just understand what you're saying though, especially OKC being OKC. Like,
that shit is firepower over there, bro.
How much of a chance does Houston have in the next couple of years?
Listen,
Ain't no joke over
hey,
there.
Fleet, 8 men of them niggas got to shoot them. Listen, them niggas are terrible at the 3-point shot. Listen, when you going up against OKC and Denver, that shit is firepower over there. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying Houston can't defend it, can't. But bro, when niggas start knocking down threes and now you can just leave Amen Thompson open and just let him shoot, bro, that's all I'm saying. So you need some firepower. So I agree with what y'all saying. I mean, I might have worded it wrong, but I'm just saying if you trying to win now, make the move. If not, then don't complain because you know what people gonna say if y'all don't go far. Y'all wouldn't got Kevin fucking Durant.
And did nothing. Yeah.
Come on.
You ain't worded nothing wrong. I was trying to stretch it out, get to 13 minutes. We could clip this up. Post them all. Trade Kyrie. Houston Rockets get Kyrie Irving. Thanks, old boy. He's a genius, man.
They would have to probably bring a third team in, but I'm just saying, if I'm Dallas, I'm trying to do that because now, if I could get Cooper with, some young guys, like I said, I like him, nigga. He's athletic. Listen, and then now Dallas got something they could build around. Like, I think Dallas right now is in a very good position if they do this shit right. I think you got to give up on the AD and Kyrie thing. Let them go.
Yeah, you got to give them somebody who's desperate. Who's ready for a chip right now, and you up against OKC, you need this guy to take you over the top because you don't know how many chances you have. Dallas has that potential to trade them and then rebuild because y'all motherfuckers can't rebuild like this.
Hell no. Hell no. I'm just saying. I mean, listen, man. Bro, Dallas got a lot of pieces that people can use if those guys can stay healthy. Gafford, Lively, AD, Kyrie. Come on, bro. To figure it out. You got your guy. If Cooper is the guy, Flea, everybody say he is, which I told you. I like him, but y'all see that kid over there with the Pelicans? Y'all see that kid over there in Philly? Yeah, you see my guy Bailey over there in Utah? Come on, it's some dogs out there. So I'm just saying, Dallas, if y'all
class was good.
Right, no, but Fleet, all they focused on was Cooper Flag.
Mm-hmm.
When I did my little live that time, I bigged up Queen. I said he's the best player in the draft. Between him and my guy Harper, who got hurt in San Antonio, it's no knock to Cooper Flag.
He was playing well. He was playing well.
Right. So Dallas, if Cooper is the guy, if y'all believe he's the guy, build around him. Build around him.
Queen looks like what we dreamed Yabusele would look like.
Nah, that kid Queen is tough, bro.
So, but Queen has got the crazy fat boy game down packed in the park. The kid is mad big. He just be going crazy.
Hell of a player.
You talk about basketball IQ?
Pace.
And you know the game.
You can't rush him.
Pace.
You can't rush the kid.
Pace.
That look, Fabian, that's basketball IQ, bro. I'm not gonna let you make me do nothing I don't want to do.
He doesn't look like a rookie. He don't look like a rookie.
Very good touch. Very good touch.
It is tough, man.
Very good touch. Very good touch.
But all we hear about Fleet, Cooper Flag.
Yep.
Cooper Flag. Come on, bro. This shit.
We? Because now the kid, really?
For sure.
Yes.
We hear a lot
I hear a lot of Queen talk. I hear a lot of
the last couple games.
Wait. But I've been saying this for years. I'm like, y'all sure Cooper Flag is just the best of the best? Like, because I hate to bring it, but Bronny ruined the game for me. Where it's like, y'all blasted his highlights on Instagram. I don't know who's nice anymore. Then you took all the shine away. I'm like, all right, Cooper looks good, but you sure he's just flat out better than everybody. He went to Duke. Now he got another platform. I don't even know who everybody who's nice like that.
Boy was tough in Maryland, dropped in the draft because motherfuckers don't be knowing what the fuck they doing because they either hearing some bullshit outside the game or they just stuck on one thing.
He lacked a little athleticism. He can't
all
jump
that
over
bullshit.
Phone book, so now he can't play basketball. The kid can pass. He can dribble, pass, and shoot.
Fleet
has great touch. Like he's gonna make a Zion expendable. Like I could build around that. I could see what I could do with that type of player. Unselfish, is going to come to play. He looks like he's trying to soak up knowledge. He's always looking for DeAndre Jordan. Yo, what you got for me? Every time I see him, he's asking questions. He's asking Jordan Poole on the bench, "Yo, do we gotta wear these warm-ups?" Like it's a subtle question, but he looks interested in learning, is what I'm saying. Like, and when you got a kid like that wants to soak up knowledge, hell, he gonna be fine.
Listen, all the big money was behind Cooper. We all know that, bro. They listen, they promoted that kid. You heard what Kendrick Perkins said. He's the white LeBron James. Bro, they almost, and I'm gonna say this and then we get out of here. And I said this before. They almost forced the Dallas Mavericks to pick him. I told you, Dallas didn't need another big man. I took Harper, a guard, because at the time we didn't know AD was going to be injured. And I think the second pick, I think Cooper Flag should have went to San Antonio. You pair him up with Wemby. Lord have mercy. Because they already had a plethora of guards over there. They ain't need no more guards.
Cooper Flag with Wemby would have been bananas.
Insane with Derek Fox, all them dudes over there. And then, like I said, Harper in Dallas with Kyrie already injured. They need a guard that can score over there. If y'all notice, them guards that go over there can't score. Now y'all stuck with D'Angelo Russell. Come on, bro. Why? Because the hype behind that young man, niggas ain't had no choice. You know how much backlash they would have got if they would have took Cooper Flag, bro? He's not the best player in the draft.
Yo, did you hear the phone call when Nico Harrison called D'Angelo Russell? You didn't hear that call?
Nah.
He said, "Yo, you're gonna be our franchise player."
Get me out of here. That's it.
Fox or Trae Young or somebody like that gonna wind up in Dallas. Remember I said that.
Fox in Dallas,
Trae Young, something like that is gonna wind up in Dallas when the dust settles. When they get rid of Davis, they figure out what they're gonna do with Kyrie Irving. Something like that is gonna wind up there, but we'll see. Get us out
real quick. What do you feel about the kid Queen being on the Pelicans in New Orleans? You know how you feel about Zion being in New Orleans and AD being in New Orleans?
Get him out of there. After if I'm him, if I'm his representative, Flea, after my rookie contract is up, get me out of here. I want to go somewhere and play for a cultural organization that love the game, that know the game. I keep telling y'all, I love New Orleans. They don't give a damn about basketball. Get your money from them. Get out of there and go to an organization that you're going to flourish. Because that young man has the potential to be very, very, very good. It ain't going to happen in New Orleans. I'm sorry.
If they're keeping the team in New Orleans, I feel slightly confident right now, only because they got probably one of the best basketball minds over there running things in Joe Dumars. That's the only reason why I feel slightly confident right now in New Orleans. I feel what you're saying, OG, but if Joe Dumars is there at the beginning of this young man's career, I think he's going to take care of him. I would say, let's see what it looks like in the next 3 years before we start saying, Queen, get your ass out of there. But
say no more. I respect that.
I'm about to look up who his agents are. Leon Rosen couldn't get that done.
I've been said that before I get out of here. I said, how many times you heard me say that? I said, take New Orleans and take Utah and put them in Vegas and Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with that.
I've been saying that.
I'm with that.
What's that kid in Utah? What's the big white boy over there marketing? What number he went in what number he went in the draft?
Laurie marketing?
Top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
That nigga dug a lot. That nigga dug a lot of smoke.
Somebody in the comments just said he a higher MVP candidate than Sengun right now. I'm like, what?
Marketing dug a lot of smoke. No playoffs.
He ain't
sit over there.
He ain't figured it out yet. He's been moved a couple times.
Drafted by
Chicago, he was in Cleveland.
Drafted by the Timberwolves, number 7th overall, traded to Chicago Bulls draft night for Jimmy Butler.
I gotta go to sleep.
I'm out of here.
I sit on here with y'all all night. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I stretched out 21 minutes for this. We got 3 clips.
Good night, Fabian. Good night.
I got the day off tomorrow, man. Good night. See y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. We playing the Raptors.
Who got the day off tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Flea does. The red eye cap.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Bro, hit the end button, bro. Come on, man. What are you doing?
6 p.m. tomorrow. The Knicks, the Raptors. I can't wait to see AllBall explode. It's gonna be wild, madness, back-to-back games.
Bro, I'm about to hit the end button, bro.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.